Welcome, and thank you for joining us this evening. We're streaming live from Thrive Christian Church, and we appreciate that you're here. We so appreciate Thrive Christian Church for hosting and providing the technology support. We really could not have done this without them. Also with me today is Drew Blair from TV 8. She's appropriately 6 feet away, and you'll be hearing a little bit more from her in a minute. I also want to introduce our team here. In the back, our producer, Scotty Daly. On lights and sound, we have John Gibson. And doing everything else is Nicholas Gibson. We have Lori Anderson on the deck, and Cynthia Schaefer is assisting the producer. We also have Ashley and Zach Dines. Ashley will be running monitoring our auction and the donations this evening. And I thank you all for helping out. This last week we celebrated Veterans Day on Wednesday, and I want to give a special thank you to our veterans. We appreciate you, and we thank you for your service. I'd like to recognize our committee. It's been a crazy year for everyone, right? Back in August, we made the decision not to have the in-person event and go with the virtual event. And our committee has been working, we've met once a week and working in between to make this event possible this evening. Our committee chair, Kim Mako, Brett Schwab, Brent Holmes, Lynn O'Brien, Lynette Miller, Beata Lehman, Emily Hake, Ashley Dines, and Cynthia Schaefer. Thank you for all your hard work in putting this together. I'd like to acknowledge our board of directors as well. I believe all of them are viewing tonight with us, except for Brett, who is a new father and dealing with a new baby. Our board chair, Alan Still, outgoing chair, I should say, and Bob Adler, our incoming chair. Andrew Quinnett, treasurer, Kim Mako, secretary, Aaron Petit, our vice chair, Andy Lidke, Brent Holmes, Nate Browning, Brett Schwab, Greg Schrage, Christian Bowling, Craig Lehman, and Kent Grubaugh. Now, normally at this event, I would introduce our staff to you, bring them up or point them out. You can't see them, but they're out there. Trey Clayton, our program director, Colin Emmerich, our program manager, Ashley Dines, our development assistant, and Cynthia Schaefer, program support. These are the people that day to day make Camptown work. They're the face of the organization. They're face to face with the kids. I want to recognize our sponsors and especially thank them for sticking with us this year. We understand it's been a tough year for a lot of people, a lot of organizations as well. Our Mount Everest sponsors, One America, Children's Bureau, and Lilly Endowment. Our Mount Denali sponsors, Software Engineering Professionals, and CoBank. Tonight's sponsors, Luciana's, our food sponsor, and our auction sponsor, BKD. I want to give a shout out to our watch parties and virtual ambassadors. Our watch party is where they bring a group of people together and are watching together. The Lehman family, good to see you this evening, and thank you for watching. And then our virtual ambassadors don't get together personally, but they put together groups to virtually share in this evening. Kim Mako and Aaron Petit, thank you for putting those together. I want to thank Drew again for being here this evening and helping us out. We're excited that you're here with us. and she's going to tell you now a little bit more about this evening.
Yeah, thank you, Don. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this evening. This should be what feels normal to me, because this is more like a newscast than any other event I've ever emceed before. We have camera operators, cameras to look at, but it feels so odd, as is 2020, right? What a year this has been, but what an evening this can be because of the year it has been. It's about community. I miss feeding off of your energy. This is the third year I've had the pleasure of and honor to be asked to MC Camptown's evening. But I do miss feeding off the energy of the room and perusing those auction items with you and having conversations about them. But we're gonna do that in just a different fashion tonight. You'll see, and how we can creatively get through a 2020 year of generosity, because we are entering that giving season, and that is what this is all about, to continue what Camptown is. So pardon me as I look through all the notes, but there are some really easy ways for you to take part in tonight with your generosity, with your donations, with your auction bidding. So just for starters, if you haven't already set up your evening in your living room or however you're watching, we do recommend that you watch on a large screen, your computer monitor, and then have your device, the phone or your iPad, something additional to use for your bidding and making donations. That way you can keep them separate, not have a bunch of tabs open and miss out on any of the program. All right, so accessing and viewing the online auction. To view and bid an item, simply go to catalog on the Camp In event website, which is charityauction.bid/Camptown. This is all on your screen alongside with me right now, so it's making it even easier for you. So from there, you scroll through the auction items, search for particular items. You can use the search function or look up a category with a drop-down menu. When it comes to online bidding, you just click on an item and you enter the amount you want. If you've ever been on eBay, it's as simple as that. They make it even easier too, because you can actually place your maximum bid instead of running back to the silent auction table throughout the evening, right, and checking to see if you've been outbid, which of course is a lot of fun. We'll do that next year. This, you can just put your max bid in, and then the website will automatically bid for you. And you will receive an email when you are outbid, so you won't have to wait in silence and wonder what has happened. There will also be a link back to that item to raise your bid if you want to continue bidding after your maximum bid. You can text to bid as well. Told you, this is really easy. To bid by text, first register for text to bid if you did not at registration by texting register and then your name to the phone number, area code 765-234-5056. Then bid, text your amount for the item number. Item number is going to be really important. And that same phone number, 765-234-5056. Again, all on your screen right here. You will receive a text when you are outbidded, along with the online when you get an email. So it's all very similar. You can also simply donate, which of course we would love for you to do for us this evening. From the event webpage at charityauction.bid/Camptown, click on donate on the main menu, and then you can complete your donation. Or you can donate through one of the donation items in the catalog in the online auction. So rest assured, everything is really secure using Stripe payment processing. We make it easy. I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully it's a very simple evening, because we're all after the same goal, and we're going to make that as easy as possible for you. Now, this is a fun option. You're going to have to look at your screen now that you have gone through how to donate. We have a game for you. It's called Name That Trail. You better know your Indiana State Parks. Look at the picture on your screen here, and then if you can tell us what trail specifically this is and in what state park, text your name and your answer to the phone number here, 317, is that 694-6305. You guys are testing my vision skills. It's easier for you to see at home. But so text what trail that is, and we have some great gift baskets for our winners. So there you have it. There's one of our games for this evening. Name that trail and we'll announce the winner of one of these baskets. We've got a bunch of Cliff Bars and a water bottle. Good stuff here tonight. And now we're going to watch more about what tonight is all about here for Camptown.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Anna Martin Christian Center, and I just wanted to say thank you so much to Camptown for coming out to spend the summer with us. Especially with COVID-19 going on this year, the students were really excited to have field trips that could come to them. They really enjoyed learning how to pitch tents and start a fire, and they loved making s'mores. So we really appreciate you all. And here are a few students to share what they thought.
Hi, my name is Dominique, and I want to say thank you to Camptown because I got the experience to play with my friends, have fun. I learned how to fish and make a tent, and my friends liked it too. I already know that. So I just want to say thank you.
Hey Camptown. The thing that I like is when we learn about outdoors, and I just wanted to say thank you because it was a really fun time and all my friends liked it, and I just wanted to say thank you.
And we're back. So March 12th, I was at one of my after-school clubs. It was a wilderness adventure club, and we were sitting down on the floor, getting ready for club to start, just talking, and over the loudspeakers came an announcement for the teachers to take their computers and their cords home with them that night. The students all looked at each other, and the teacher and I looked at each other. They knew something was up. It wasn't long after that that the governor announced his stay-at-home order. So during the stay-at-home time, what was Camptown doing? Well, we were working on what we called our stay-at-home activities, which were nature-based activities for families to work on together, things like build a compass, go out in your backyard and identify trees and plants. We also created a Nature 101 video series, topics like leave no trace, plants, trees, creeks that they could share. We also partnered with Meals on Wheels. We found that through the stay at home, Meals on Wheels had lost a lot of their drivers. A lot of their drivers are retirees who were falling into the high-risk group and then weren't driving because of that. We had staff, we had time, we had vans, so it seemed like something that we could do to continue to contribute in the community. And it worked out pretty well for us because we were able to continue to keep our staff employed, keep busy, and still have time to work on our stay-at-home activities and other things. As we were thinking about returning back to programming, thinking spring, summer, a couple things we kept in mind. First, we wanted to stay on mission. We didn't want to get mission drift. We didn't want to do programming just for the sake of programming. And the next was safety. Safety needed to be paramount in our minds. We came up with our 4 S's for COVID precaution that we still follow today. That is screening, small groups, social distancing, and sanitizing. We needed to adapt as well. We found, listening to our program partners, that they had some specific needs as they were beginning to go back. Some of the things that we adapted are we provided transportation. Busing wasn't a viable option. Using buses, that is, wasn't a viable option during the summer. So we were able to transport smaller groups of children in our vans. We also took our programs out to our community partners, which had its own challenges. What we would do is we'd go visit the community center or Boys and Girls Club first and see what assets their facility had. Did they have a creek nearby? Were there trees? Was there an open grass area? Or in many cases, was it just a parking lot that we were working with? And then we would adapt a program based on the facility assets that were there, and then go to them during the summer. We also, during the summer, we rolled out what we call our roving workshops. We held these at McLeod Nature Park and Fort Harrison State Park. We had 4 different workshops. We did Leave No Trace, we did an orienteering, we did a Learn to Fish, and we did a Quick Start Your Canoe beginning canoe program. And these were very popular. Over the course of the summer, we saw 113 children and 54 adults in our workshops. I remember one of the workshops, our Learn to Fish workshop, there was a mom and her 10-year-old son, and her son just loved to fish. Mom knew nothing about fishing, though, and she wanted to participate with her son in the fishing. So our workshop really fit her need. In our Learn to Fish workshop, we taught how to assemble a rod, how to tie a hook on, how to select bait and use and bait a hook, and then we'd actually go fishing. We also collaborated with 7 other youth-serving organizations and put together a Camp in a Box program. And in this Camp in a Box program, we distributed 300 boxes of camp activities through our community partners for those families that couldn't get to the community center or the Boys and Girls Club. Over the course of the summer, through our adapted programs as well as our traditional programs, we were still able to serve over 1,000 youth. This compares to over 3,000 is what we'll normally serve. Then fall came, and our programming August through May is almost entirely school-based. And with schools locked down, either virtual or no after-school programs, our programming went way down. Our after-school clubs started to pick up. We started with 2 virtual and 3 in-person. We have just started 2 more, and then we have 2 more clubs that are scheduled to start in January. One of the things that we did notice, particularly when we get kids out to a state park, out into the woods, is there seems to be more excitement, more energy, more engagement. I think they just really appreciate getting out, spending time socializing with someone other than their family, and being in a new and different place. Nature is always a strong healer. During the evening, I'm going to talk more about some of our programs, and then in a few minutes, Drew's going to tell you how you can help us keep these programs going. But right now, we're going to go to a short video of some of our programs this year.
I never dreamed that you would change my world forever, but here we are. I'm ready to conquer, ready to fight injustice like I'm fighting monsters. Life is black and blue, happy then it's sad. Just call it an adventure, then it ain't so bad. Together we touch the sky, wherever we go we fly. Forever we know adventures in the air tonight. Together we touch the sky, wherever we go we fly. Forever we know adventures. dreams will come alive. You and me, we found adventure in a land of buried mines and buried treasure. And this could be my last adventure, but I will take it, whether it be pain or pleasure. Life is black and blue, happy then it's sad. But if you call it an adventure, then it ain't so bad. Together we touch the sky, wherever we go we fly. Forever we know adventures in the air tonight. Together we touch the sky, wherever we go we fly. Forever we know adventures in the air tonight. Our dreams will come alive. Our dreams will come alive. This is heaven, this is living together, we touch the sky. Whoa.
All right, well, we already know that you're motivated to help Camptown because you're watching this evening. But from what you've already heard Don say and what you're starting to learn already about what Camptown does throughout the year, but especially in a year like this, you're gonna, I just know, feel even more compelled. And this is why we're here. You think back to March. Think of your own neighborhood, your own family, your experiences when things locked down. I remember one of the first things that I said to friends and family, because if you know anything about me, you know I like to run and ride my bike a lot. I'm outside. And I always said the outdoors isn't closed. The outdoors isn't canceled. But in so many ways, the children who are served by Camptown, they may live in neighborhoods where it wasn't safe enough to get out and walk. Just think of your neighborhood and how much, at least mine, was buzzing in those months. When there was nice weather, everyone was out. You never saw a neighborhood so active. But this is why Camptown needs to exist and get these children and the resources and the experiences that we all might take advantage of and take for granted. So we are here to celebrate that mission that Camptown remains on, and that in 2020, Camptown has still impacted the lives of over 1,000 Central Indiana young people through their experimental wilderness and nature programs. Tonight, we're going to hear much more about the impact from the people themselves who are a part of it, and Camptown, what it makes in the lives of the youth it serves, that impact and the benefit it provides, really the entire Central Indiana community, because the more we are all engaged outdoors and together and raising our children to really understand the importance of all of this, the better we are as a whole, as a community. So while we are here to celebrate Camptown, we are also here to increase its resources and support the mission. Camptown is a small organization that leverages its small budget to make a significant difference in the lives of under-resourced youth. And then when not even given that opportunity, to hear that they found ways during the lockdown with Meals on Wheels. Since its inception, Camptown has chosen to direct resources to where it will have the largest impact, and that is the youth. This is an organization that makes sure every dollar counts, so your support is not wasted on unnecessary spending. We know that you will open your hearts to the Camptown story. We also hope you will be a part of our team. This is a team effort tonight because you're watching. We're all on the same team here by supporting Camptown financially. Tonight, we have an amazing, a generous offer from an anonymous donor that will match every gift donated up to $10,000. So your $250 donation just became $500. It's as easy as that. Will you please not help take full advantage of this generous offer by making a donation tonight? We're going to be checking our thermometer here in a little bit, and we're going to see it grow. Do be aware that we are on a 50-second delay. So, hey, maybe make that part of a game for us, right? Maybe you can beat the delay by getting your donation in and seeing it grow on the thermometer when we show it. Our goal tonight, all right, so this is a team effort, $12,000 on that thermometer. You can donate now by clicking on the donate button, again, on the Camp In webpage, by texting And that phone number again is area code 765-234-5056, or you can choose one of the donation items in the online auction catalog. We will be letting you know our progress toward our goal tonight with our fundraising target thermometer, beat the delay, throughout the evening. We do greatly appreciate your support in any way, how you consider that tonight. Now let's hear about one of Camptown's programs from Don.
I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite programs, and you'll hear me say this is one of my favorite programs on most of our programs. But this one really is. This is our Trailblazers program. This program is for students with special needs, and I just love these students. I feel in so many ways they are so underappreciated. With our Trailblazers program, we partner with the in-school teacher, and we provide 4 classroom classes, if you would, to help them get ready for an overnight camp out. Our classes are leave no trace. We do some team building. We have nutrition and menu planning, and we talk about equipment and how to use it. And then on their overnight camping trip, they set up their own tent, they prepare their own meal, they cook up their own meal, most importantly, they clean up their own meal, and they help organize their hikes. I'm going to tell you a short story about a young man in this program. We'll call him Bobby. And Bobby is on the spectrum. He has a lot of anxiety. He's legally blind, and I think he had some OCD tendencies. He has a special gift with numbers. If you tell him your birthday, he'll remember it, and he loves music. But when I first met Bobby, he was really nervous. We did our overnight camping trip at McCormick's Creek, and going through the cave took a lot of coaxing just to get him into the cave, and then crawling and getting dirty and coming out. He was a little shaky coming out of the cave, but he made it. Was proud of himself for doing so. And over the years, Bobby turned into a leader. The last year that we spent with him, he was showing other people through the cave. I think his quote was, "Guys, don't worry, I'll lead you through this." But it was just fantastic to see. So now we're going to see a short video from one of our Trailblazers clubs. They put this together. And this is from the Lebanon High School group.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around all through the night, safe till the morning light.
This pretty planet spinning through space, you're a garden, you're a harbor, you're a holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place.
This pretty planet
Sun
spinning through
going
space,
down,
you're a
gentle
garden,
blue
you're a
giant.
harbor.
Enjoy the beautiful outdoors responsibly.
Sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around.
Right, I feel like I should stand in front of this, cover it up for a big reveal. I mean, it will be a big reveal by the end of tonight, but this is already amazing. Everyone, we are already at 50% of our goal. Let's go way beyond it. We're only a half hour into the program this evening. So thank you so much already, and we have even more work to go. But a look at our thermometer here of our $12,000 goal, $6,600 raised, 51% to that goal. So remember, we have that match donation tonight. So every dollar that you donate is doubled, up to $10,000 for tonight. And again, I want to remind you too of the basket for the Name That Trail. We do not have a right answer yet. And Jeff, no, it's not the Bourbon Trail. That's a message from Don. All right, so we wanted to give you a little hint. If you remember the picture that we showed you, we need the specific trail and the park. We're going to give you a little hint. Think of that this is the month of Thanksgiving. And what do you eat at Thanksgiving? That might give you a hint to what park we're talking about, and then maybe you can narrow down the trail. And also, want to give a specific shout out right now to some of our amazing donors already this evening. I want to specifically thank you, Sandra McCarthy, Tanya Barmore, I'm sorry if I messed that up, Barmore, Robert Adler, and Dana oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Nakanishi. See, they know, all behind us. But we also know what your hearts are doing for Camptown tonight, and we really appreciate it. This is awesome to see. I can't wait. In a few more minutes, we'll show it again, and it will have grown that much more. Don?
You heard me mention earlier our wilderness adventure clubs, and I want to tell you a little about those. That's one of my favorite programs. What we do with our wilderness adventure clubs is we meet once a week during the school year, and then 4 times during the year we go on a field trip. These clubs are geared for 4th through 6th graders, and we get to spend a lot of time with them. We have students in our clubs year over year. We have some fantastic teachers, and I know Danielle's watching tonight, our teacher at Greenbrier, and appreciate her watching and all the work she does with her students. But during these meetings, we'll talk about things like leave no trace. We'll do fishing. We'll do edible plants. Right now, we're in our leave no trace unit and getting ready to move into our map and compass shortly. We have a few students, I believe, on video that are going to share some stories.
Hi, my name is Peyton, and we had a lot of fun this week. We went canoeing and trailing, and we made a trail, and I really learned to trust and to communicate to my peers, and it was really fun.
My name is Michaela. My week was amazing. It was terrific. We went canoeing and trailing in the other trail. And then what else we did? We went in the lake.
My name's Aurelia, and I went to 2 Camptown programs. They were so fun. I did canoeing and fishing. My favorite was fishing because I had fun and I caught fish. I thought it was super fun. Thanks, Camptown.
Hello everybody, my name is Lane Beard. I am a former student at LHS and I graduated the class of 2018. I am making this video to tell you guys all about Camptown, what to expect, and what you can learn from it. So when you first get to Camptown, it's a whole different environment. Like, some of you guys may be used to being out where there's a lot of woods and trees, stuff like that. Some people aren't. I sure wasn't. But once you're there and you're hiking on the trails, you'll be able to embrace Mother Nature in a way you never have before. Here's some of the fun things you get to do at Camptown. You get to sleep in a tent, you get a whole tent to yourself, you get to walk on a creek and see all sorts of wildlife. You actually get to buy the food that you get to eat for dinner. You get to hike over to the nature center, you get to see this really big waterfall. At Camptown, you have all sorts of fun. So, I describe my experience at Camptown in 3 different words. Try it, do it, love it. So the first one, try it, means you're never gonna know what's in store for you if you don't try new things in life. The second one is do it. It kind of goes along with try it. You don't know what's in store if you don't try it and you don't do it. And the final one is love it. Once you try it and you do it, more than likely you're gonna love it. because you tried. I hope you all have a great time at Camptown. I hope you all have fun as much as I had fun my 4 years that I did it. Have a nice day.
Ding, 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 we have a winner. That is awesome. For the Name That Trail, the first one we showed you, I guess that Thanksgiving hint may have helped, I don't know. It is number 1, Sunset Point at Turkey Run. Yes, you're correct, Lynn O'Brien. So you will get one of those awesome gift basket awards for Name That Trail. And we have another one coming up in a minute. But first I want to go to some of the auction items. Again, this is the time where we would go out to the table and look at and touch and feel what we have to bid on. So you have to rely on pictures tonight, but you know that something like this is just one of a kind. This is beautiful. This is a grain beige handmade hand quilted quilt with 2 matching standard pillow shams. It fits a queen bed with a bedspread or a king bed as a quilt. So you know this is just going to be wonderfully comfortable and just one of a kind because it's handmade. So looks like our next, are we going to our next one? Okay, yeah, car care. Who doesn't need this? This is awesome. 4 free oil changes and tire rotations at Kahlo in Noblesville. Right now it is at $95. The next bid would be at $125, but take a look at this. The value is $592. So that's a steal right now. So that's something you might want to check out in the online auction. Let's go to our next one, which I'm a little disappointed that maybe we didn't have an example that I could wear throughout the evening. I don't know. I'm just joking, but this is a beautiful necklace that you can see in the picture without me having to wear it selfishly. But gorgeous necklace. It's 14 karat white gold bar necklace with 2 diamonds with a white gold chain. Value, guys, $1,100. Right now it's sitting at $330. So definitely check that one out. We have one more that we want to focus on this time around. Hey, Colts fans, talking to you. So we've got an autographed Colts football valued at $300. This has all the big guys, all right? It's Darius Leonard, which happens to be our Colts Wish TV player analyst, T.Y. Hilton, Quentin Nelson, Marlon Mack, Adam Vinatieri, Anthony Costanzo, and more. I mean, it's covered in signatures, so make sure you take a look at that one. Right now, it's currently at a high bid of $195. So now that we got Lynn to get that correct answer of Turkey Run, we have another Name That Trail for you, and the picture is on your screen right now. Again, you can text your answer to 317-694-6305. That's on the screen with you as you're taking a look at that. So we don't have a hint right now. We're going to let you do it naturally, and if we have to give you a hint later, we will, Don.
All right. So one of our other programs is our Natural Wonders Day Camp. Inner city kids don't have an opportunity to go to camp necessarily. A lot of us have been to summer camp, and we can appreciate what we learned and what we experienced at summer camp. So what our Natural Wonders Day Camp does, it gives them a one-day camp experience. During their day camp, they will go fishing, they will go canoeing, they'll go on a nature hike, and they'll play outdoor games. Our Natural Wonders Day Camps are designed for campers ages 6th through 8th grade, and we hold those at Fort Harrison State Park. And we also use companies and volunteers to help run those camps. We'll have people leading our fishing station, helping with the canoeing station, and leading some of the other stations. I like to call this one a win-win-win. The kids win because they get a camp experience. An organization or a company wins because they get a way to engage their employees that's meaningful and it's face-to-face. And Camptown wins because it gets a sponsorship through the company sponsoring the day. One of my favorite stories of our Natural Wonders Day Camp happened one year. Our youth leaders will help us during these camps as well. And we had a youth leader who had been helping in camp, and he was in charge of the fishing station. And typically we'll have a staff running the canoe station and working on what I call that side of the lake. And then another staff is running the other stations or working with the volunteers. And I was doing that and overseeing fishing. And I put this youth leader in charge of the fishing station to get a group of gentlemen from Wells Fargo who were volunteering that day started and leading the fishing station. And as I observed this young man who was 14 teaching these adults how to run the camp station and how engaged they were with him and listening to him and his expertise. It was a really neat experience. We have a video here that will give you a good example of a typical camp day.
Hey, we are back at the thermometer and seeing our progress. I also wanted to point out our VIP gift basket this evening. So if you were a VIP ticket purchaser, we thank you and know that we are going to do a drawing in person, actually like out of a hat. In this case, it's a bucket, but we will pull a name at the end of the evening, and this will be your gift baskets. A couple bottles of wine and lots of good chocolate. Sounds like an excellent evening, just like tonight. All right, thermometer, we're making some progress, but maybe not as big as a jump as I was super excited about before. So we can maybe jump this up a little more next time, let's hope. So right now, again, our $12,000 goal, we have that matching donor tonight. So every donation is doubled up to $10,000. Our goal of $12,000, we're at 55%. We do want to thank specifically some really incredible donors this evening: Susan Hedgelin, Dennis Martin, Doug Langen, George Macco, and Brian Cunningham. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not enough, but you know what your generosity is doing for Camptown and all of the children served from here on out through the rest of 2020 and into 2021. Also, congratulations goes to Nate Browning, just at Charlestown State Park a couple weeks ago, he said. So he knew that that was trail number 2, Rose Island. So congratulations to him. He named that trail successfully. All right, Don, I want to let you know, I actually unearthed or unaddicted my backpack just a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
So I'm having to dust it off. I need to get that to you. So you guys do some backpacking, some really wonderful memories there.
Well, I can't talk about our programs without talking about our backpacking program or high adventure programs. With these, we will spend time in either the classroom or in meetings, getting students prepared for it. Again, Leave No Trace is a very big part of what we do, so we do need Leave No Trace. We cover other things like menu planning, water treatment, how to use your equipment, nutrition, personal hygiene, packing your pack, and all to get them ready for their backpacking trip. Our backpacking trips are usually about 4 days in length, and we use the Big South Fork a lot in Tennessee. It's a great location. We don't run into people very often when we're there, and we can put together some great loops. So one of my stories on our backpacking trips is a young man named Brian was in one of my groups. We were doing a 20-mile loop over 3 days in the Big South Fork. And Brian, probably what I really liked about him, he had a great sense of humor. He was so sarcastic, and I appreciated that. But Brian was also overweight and not in very good physical condition and struggled a lot. His feet hurt him, and lots of other parts hurt. But he had a great attitude about it. He stayed positive. Over the course of the week, he went on, and afterwards, I remember he told me, he said, "Don, this was one of the best things I've ever done, but I never want to do it again." But he learned the value of the experience, and we have a video that shows a little bit more about our backpacking program, and some of the students at this on this trip were from Crystal House Academy.
I like that, we did a lot of like hands-on stuff, that we can't do, on a day-to-day basis. I feel like we got closer with like the Camptown counselors.
So we've got we know where north is on there. Where's north on the map? It's called it ends with rose. You ever heard of it?
Like a cardinal rose?
Cardinal rose, compass rose.
Camptown has had a lot of different sessions with us before trips where they will come in and do training and orientation for students about skills that they'll need while they're out in the wilderness. They come into the schools, into the classroom, in my classroom as well, to teach and to orient those students to what they're going to be facing while out in the wilderness and what kind of skills they'll need while they're out there as well.
One reason why I love to go back there is I love the counselors there. All of them are amazing and cool, and after that, I build friendships with them. More than them just being a counselor, I see them as friends. They're really good. They help me out, help everyone out. If we have a problem with something, we can always go to them.
They were very supportive through it all, even though, yeah, we complain a lot, but they were motivated us to, we can do this.
So today is going to be a very, very difficult hike, and I do not want you to be distracted by these burdens. So today, I'm going to carry your burden.
We had to hike uphill. There was this rock at the very top, and we were able to see over everything. When I was climbing up, all of us, we were complaining, and I was like, we're never gonna make it. Can we take a break? And our leader was like, no, let's just keep going. We're almost there. We can do it. We can do it. By the time we got up there, we were like, wow, it is worth it, because it was just a really pretty view. And we were we felt accomplished that we didn't think we could do it, but we did. There's a physical challenges, but I felt like overall it was bonding and being able to work with everyone and just being able to face your challenges head on and being able to conquer them.
My first time going to Camptown, we had to try a lot of new things. Every time I did something with Camptown, I'm like, yeah, I want to go, because we're outside, but they make it so much fun. So I used to just not really do that much, but Camptown, they help me to stay on your feet and always do something new.
All right, we only have a few more minutes to donate on those auction items. So I want to take some time. I'm going to drag this out for you so we can go through some more of the really key and beautiful items that we have up for auction tonight that if they haven't caught your eye, we're going to show you why they should. This is the wine cork holiday table decoration set. So it's a pair of pumpkins and a Christmas tree, and made from wine corks to dress up your holiday tables. And there is still time before Thanksgiving, of course. And we'll talk to you also in just a little bit on if you are the winner of these auction items, how you're going to be able to receive them, and you can pick them up as early as next week. So you'll have them in time for Thanksgiving. So take a look at these. These are really adorable, really crafty. There is actually no bid on this as of right now. It is a value of $40. The starting bid is $15. So definitely jump in on that. Something that's really going to stand out on your holiday table this year and for years to come. Our next one is, oh, this is fun, 2-hour indoor climbing session donated by our wonderful CEO and his wife, Don and Cynthia. So this is 2-hour private, is it Crux, Don? Awesome. I've seen it at Camptown, and I've been very intrigued and interested. You can have up to 20 people. It's 2-hour private use of a conference and party room. It's a great space, and what better way to introduce some friends to climbing, or if you already have a group that says, yes, this is exactly how we want to spend a couple of hours. So this is a $300 value, and there's no bid. So get on that one for sure. Bidding ends in 8 minutes, so you're on the clock. But I would definitely find that auction item. Let's go to our next one with 8 minutes left, everybody. Here's Clifford the Big Red Dog, Afghan and beanie. Oh, this is too cute. So we've got obviously the blanket here, and then there's the beanie that pairs with it. So imagine whoever's cuddled under there can be cuddled with the beanie under the blanket as well. This is handmade. It's beautiful. It's 3 feet 7 inches by 5 feet 7 inches. So it's great size. And it's currently at $70, which is over its value. So yay, that's great. We'll take that on any auction item, right? Let's go to our next one here. We are, oh, is this the full game collection? Is that what this one is? I'm not seeing the title of it. There, yeah, Fun for All Games Bundle. So this is great. I was looking through this at home. It is endless with all the number of games. Have an amazing game night with friends and family. So the Chameleon award-winning board game for adults and family, Blockus, I Should Have Known That, Monopoly, which is Game of Thrones themed, so that's a lot of fun. What Do You Meme? That's got to be fun too. Catan, the board game, is a classic. Bananagrams. I mean, the list goes on. So go to this site and check this out because it is at currently $220. And even if you already have some of these games, turn them into Christmas gifts, holiday gifts. It'll be really great because it is an endless list of games. So again, 8 minutes. Well, now it's probably, 7 minutes until the auction ends. And then as things close down, we do want to remind you or let you know how this all works. So paying for your auction item and all those closing bid instructions. If you win an auction item, you will receive an email notifying you that you are the winning bidder. The email will include a link to your checkout page where you can complete your purchase. If you were bidding by text, you will receive a text notifying you that you are the winning bidder along with a link to your checkout page. And then you can pick up your auction items from the Camptown office, which is incredibly convenient. That's located at 7998 Georgetown Road, Suite 700. And that's all on your screen right now if you need to jot that down if you think you're going to be a winner. So you can do that anytime next week from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening. That's Monday through Thursday. So a lot of opportunity, whatever fits your schedule there. And then, like I said, if these are items that you might want to use in time for Thanksgiving, then you'll have them in time. If you paid over $500 for an auction item, you can contact the Camptown office about having your item delivered to you. This is local residents only, but they will drive it out to you if you feel more comfortable doing that. And you'd like to make arrangements to have that shipped to you, you can contact the Camptown office You will be responsible for the actual shipping charges, and shipping charges must be paid prior to shipping. But again, we make it really convenient in whatever way that works best for you and your schedule and what you need, just like the ways you can donate tonight. So many different options. Of course, we've had the auction that you've hopefully had a lot of fun going through these items and bidding on them. Also, the text to donate, and from our website, the charityauction.bid/Camptown. You can donate on the main menu, and you can complete your donation or donate through one of the donation items in that online. And this is all, again, very secure, and you will have no worries whatsoever as far as making sure your generosity is safe and secure in this virtual format this evening. Don?
Okay, so we're down to 5 minutes, so the auction will close. So make sure that you get online and get your bids in. It's now my pleasure to introduce our entertainer, comedian Dave Dugan. Dave, by the way, has been fantastic to work with throughout all of this. We started talking also back in August on how we were going to put this together and what his piece would be. We wanted to try and keep the general feel of our event the same, and he was a real big help in doing this. Dave has been seen on HBO, Comedy Central, Fox, CBS, ABC, and if you all are local, you know Dave from the Bob and Tom Show. So I will turn it over to Dave now.
Hey, thanks a lot, Don. It's great to be with you. In fact, it's just great to have an excuse to be anywhere where I need to shower and put on pants. How's everybody doing out there? How y'all doing? Good, good. Me too. Me too. Where are you from? Me too. Me too. That'll probably conclude the audience participation part of our virtual fundraiser. I dressed myself tonight for the big Camptown event. Does that sound weird? Dressed myself? Does anybody else maybe have a significant other that likes to pick your clothes out for the evening when you go out, and especially if they're not going to be with you? I didn't mind at first because I thought I don't like the busy work of picking out an outfit, so I told my wife just go for that. Then I realized she was picking out clothes for me to wear that would pretty much just make me attractive to no one. Yeah, I think you ought to put on your men's Hager slacks tonight. Dress it up with that mesh tank top, grab that fanny pack and slap on some shin guards and make yourself some new little friends on your little outing. One time she laid out this shirt. I had a gig and she put a shirt on our bed that I'd never seen before. It wasn't mine. I don't know. It was very flowery. It was like a floral print. I think it was a woman's blouse. I thought, oh yeah, I'll put that on and dress it up with some capri pants. Go to some lounge and see if I can find an older gentleman to buy me a drink. It's kind of funny doing a virtual fundraiser. Funny meaning different, because you just don't know how long to pause, for the laughter. And so I need a way to gauge it and know when it's time to continue and stop pausing. So what I did is I set my watch to shock me when I've paused moving on. Hey, we got a big prize if you stick around till the end of it's a prize. I don't know about a big prize, but if you stick around to the end of our comedy segment, you're going to want to, because we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. And, even though this is a virtual event, it doesn't mean we can't party like Lindsay Lohan on prison leave. So get on board and stay with us, and I'll tell you all about that prize when we get to the very end here. We've all dealt with some stuff like shortages, so a prize is pretty nice when you have had to deal with toilet paper shortages. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? We had the hand sanitizer shortage. Yeah. Trying to think what else. Beef, chicken. What else am I? Coins. Here's one to top it all. You might have not known of this, but we had a national cricket shortage for a stretch there. Yeah, for about 3 weeks in a row, I went into the pet store to get a bag of crickets for our bearded dragon, and they said, "Sir, no crickets for you." You might not have heard, we have a national cricket shortage, which I thought it sounded like a joke, but I guess it wasn't. And I'm just thankful now I can still go in. Although, if you go into a PetSmart, have you noticed this? Those employees must be the most bored employees that work anywhere at any store, because they say the same thing to me every time I'm going through the line with my bag of crickets. This is what I hear: "What you feeding?" Every time, "What you feeding?" A miniature donkey is what we're feeding. Thank you for your concern. "What you feeding?" We have a water buffalo in our basement. You'd think they like hay. They're liking these crickets. "What you feeding?" Mama's got a tapeworm. Stop it with the "what you feeding." You know, one thing there isn't a shortage of, evidently: pumpkin spice. It's in everything this time of year. I don't know why. I don't know anyone that likes it. My bearded dragon didn't even like it. I tried to spoon feed him pumpkin spice during that cricket shortage, and he wanted no part of it. Made him very agitated, in fact. You ever meet somebody so annoying you don't even try to learn their name? This wasn't in PetSmart. I'm just doing a really crazy segue on you here. But anyway, we have this one neighbor, and this kind of ties into being an animal lover, which I am, and I know a lot of you are too. All this guy cares about, it's that typical suburban neighbor that he's the one in the whole neighborhood that just cares about his yard and nothing else. Not a real nice guy, not very social, and so I've never even learned his name. I just call him the fussy lawn guy and move on with my life. And anyway, this little story: I was taking my dog for a walk by this fussy lawn guy's house recently, and he stopped us right in front of his house. He wouldn't even let us get by. Right there, he blocked the sidewalk. And then this is what he said. He goes, "Yeah, the other day you're taking that beast," he called my dog a beast. I didn't like that. For a walk. He went number 2 right here on my beautiful lawn," which I said, "I bet not." I really didn't have a comeback, so I said, I bet you're a liar. And then he took it further. He goes, "Didn't he even read my sign?" And I'm thinking, oh yeah, right, sign, everywhere a sign. Do this, don't do that, can't you read the sign? And I stuck my hair up under my hat. I went to ask him why, and I said, "What gives you a right to put up a fence and keep all the nature?" Okay, not much of a rock and roll crowd out there tonight, huh? That was an awkward way to find that out. Okay, I wanted to defend my dog, you know. I thought this guy was picking on him randomly, this fussy lawn guy. I mean, how would he know, right? But I couldn't challenge him. He was so obsessed with his yard, he'd actually gone to the trouble, I don't know how to put it more delicately, but he saved it. He outlined it with chalk like it was a dead body or something. He pulls me over, goes, "See that?" I said, "That? I did that," because we have to protect our furry friends. They can't always protect themselves. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a giver. No, some people say they're a giver. One of my favorite things to do, in fact, is I like to serve people breakfast in bed. And occasionally I would like to hear a thank you or "that's so sweet," as opposed to "how the heck did you get in our house?" Hey, lately I've been trying to just do things I haven't ever had time to do. Maybe you guys are the same way during this pandemic. I discovered this. Trial and error, but I cannot do that deal where you put your whole fist in your mouth. And I have the TMJ now to prove it. Also, I discovered I can do some unbelievable stunts on those baby changing stations that they have in public restrooms. And I also discovered that the owners of those stores that have those baby changing stations in their restrooms don't particularly like it when you stay in there for over 3 hours trying to perfect your sweet jumps. It was a whole show. I'd gather a crowd, really. Sometimes it wasn't just about doing the flip and the perfect landing. You know, when I landed, I'd give them the old jazz hands and deliver a short soliloquy from Death of a Salesman. It was a full show. Also, I found out my roots recently, my family roots. I know I'm just bombarding you with information left and right, but I think you want to know what makes me tick. And the genealogy, have you ever invested in that deal? Ancestry.com, that's the one I did. And so I paid the money, and I discovered that I am from Carmel. Yeah, Carmel, Indiana. Cost me $159, right down the tubes. Carmel is known for our roundabouts. I probably don't need to tell you that. We have 187 of them or something like that. Still building roundabouts, by the way. And more than any other city in the entire United States, if that's a feather in our cap. I find it kind of confusing because I'll be in the city limits riding on those roundabouts for quite a while, and then I'll leave the Carmel city limits and end up somewhere where I can't remember how to function at a regular four-way stop. I'm so used to the roundabouts. I see an intersection coming up with a stop sign. I just shut my eyes forward and take my chances. I don't remember that whole concept. I had a little experience on one of the roundabouts a couple of years ago. I thought, I'm going to see how many laps I can do around a Carmel roundabout and try to set a world record and also create some awareness for another fundraiser I was doing then, the Carmel Support Community. Cancer Support Community. I got Carmel on the brain here. Cancer Support Community. They do wonderful programs for services and programs for cancer patients, and so I thought this would be a nice thing. It'll possibly get the world record, but most importantly, it'll help out the cause. We'll get some donations and stuff while I'm doing these roundabout circles. And I ended up doing, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but 717 laps around one of the roundabouts. I really think I could have done more, but I was drinking a large Coke from McDonald's, so that was about all oh, and this is the thing too. The Guinness Book of World Records, which is the one most people are familiar with, we submitted this world record for 717 laps around a roundabout, and they said they were not interested. I guess that in their judgment it was too stupid, as opposed to some of the stuff they put in their book, like the guy that can put a record number of hot dogs in his mouth at once, or the fellow that sports a beard of bees. I actually admire that guy. I'm going to try to top that some year. I think I'm going to grow a beard of, or maybe a goatee. I think would be good. A goatee of murder hornets. Then I'll see if I can get in their little book. So anyway, we had to register our world record with kind of a knockoff world record book. It wasn't Guinness. I think it was like Schlitz Light world records. As it turns out, there was no world record for roundabout. So someone told me too late. I'd already done the 717 laps. They said, you could have done 1 or 2 laps and kind of been done with it and set the record. And also, by the way, avoided a very painful UTI from trying to hold it too long. A little parched. I don't know about you guys. This might be a good time for all of us to take a little break. That is all ice. Anyway, it'll melt and then it'll be, I'm sure, really, really tasty. So, where was I? Oh, I know what it was. I was going to say, the Indiana laws are, I'm not knocking our state. I know a lot of us have grown up in Indiana, been here maybe most of our lives, but they're pretty outdated. Would you not agree? Indiana laws are outdated. Who else knew writing bad checks is illegal in this state? Where'd that one come from? Or if we do something in Indiana, we are literally like the last state in the entire nation to do it. Like the perfect example, daylight savings time, 49 other states had that way before our Hoosier state, and I don't think that's helped anything in Indiana, by the way. I don't know how you feel about it, but there's just too much confusion about time here already, We're not all in the same time zone. Look at that. We've got the Eastern and the Central here in our one state, and that can be very confusing. I had a show earlier this year. I had a big show down in Evansville. So, my career is going okie dokie. And I called down before the show, and the lady that answered the phone, here's what I'm talking about, confusion of time. I said, ma'am, I'm heading your way, and I wondered what time zone you're in down there. And this is what I got from her. She goes, sir, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. So I thought, well, I'll tell her what time I have, and she can tell me her time, and then we'll be hopefully all set. So I said, it's 2:17 in here in Carmel, 2:17. What time do you have down there? And she said 1:53, which I'm not making that up. That was a very, very long day to Evansville and back. And they're all long drives. If you're from central Indiana, there's no fast way to get to Evansville. Yeah, sure, they put a little bit of that I-69 in there, but it's still a long drive and boring. Oh, it's boring. I was in the car by myself on the way to Evansville once. Heard myself out loud saying, are we almost there yet? How much longer? I finally had to pull over the side of the road and spank myself just to shut up about it. Not that I should complain, because they were pretty nice to me down there in Evansville. They knew it was a long drive, and they gave me the overnight accommodations. Yeah, they put me up in a La Quinta. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Have you ever been in a La Quinta? I had 4 years of high school Spanish, and I didn't even know what La Quinta meant. Now I know it means bed bugs, but learning experience. down there in Evansville, Indiana. You know, here's another outdated law that we just recently kind of hopped on board with all the other states in the country and allowed it to be legal to have liquor sales on Sunday. And I got to admit, before that law passed here in our state, I had a very embarrassing situation. I was at the grocery store on a Sunday, being very responsible, by the way. I was getting everything on my wife's list, the bread and the milk and all that. Innocently, I forget, I've got a six-pack going down with everything else, and I didn't need to be bawled out by that checkout girl in front of everyone. That really wasn't necessary. You know, I forgot, and she had to, sir, you can't buy liquor on Sunday in Indiana. She scolded me, basically. And so I just said, I know, I was just kind of teasing around with you. How about some of that cough syrup then? The good stuff. Don't you hold on me. Don't you hold out on me. I'll put on a rainbow wig and take a hostage, because it's game day and I'm a desperate man. You just brown bag that Robitussin DM for Papaw, because I've got big goals today. I'm actually kind of watching my diet, my figure. You can't see the whole, and I am wearing pants. I know you can't. I would not do that to you. But I'm the holidays are coming up. I don't know about that, but I'm kind of trying to be preventative this year because I've got such a sweet tooth. You have a sweet tooth? Oh my gosh, I cannot restrain when the homemade fudge and all that stuff comes out. I'm just head first. I'm like bobbing for fudge. It's embarrassing. And if you are what you eat, you're pretty much looking at a 5'11" ho-ho here, because I really don't have any. And Thanksgiving last year, I gained an embarrassing amount of weight in a 4-day stretch. I went from 172 pounds to 197 pounds. That's not healthy, is it? People kept saying, you know, you got to go poop. And I'm like, hey, you know, I'm not letting loose of these delicious turkey sandwiches that easily. So the only other choice is to exercise. And, you know, if I can't control my diet, that's a challenge as well, because I'm now at that age where I injure myself on almost anything I attempt to do. That's what's so great here about the Camptown programs for the kids. They give them that early, you know, entrance into activities and being outdoors and leadership and teamwork. A lot of stuff I could have really used when I was a kid, because now I struggle to find anything I can do to stay in shape. I know it's not yoga. Closest I come to yoga is when I'm trimming my toenails. And in school, I was a runner. I did run in school. Well, oftentimes I was being chased, but no, honestly, I was on the cross country team, and I'm not trying to you know, toot my own horn here or pat myself on the back, but I had the school record at Carmel for a while there. School record for false starts. I'd rather not talk about that right now. And I found this out pretty quick after that 1 year running cross country, that I wasn't cut out for it physically. I don't think it was my fault. I tried to train, but I have flat feet. And flat feet kind of makes it hard to run, makes it hard to do certain sports, really. And it's pretty hard to pretend I'm cool when I'm walking down the beach wearing corrective thongs too. So I'll tell you, whatever you did in high school, it comes back to haunt you, because going to a class reunion, I had some friends that they just automatically think you're still into whatever you were when, you know, really into in high school, because they assumed that I still must really run, which I hadn't done in about 15 years when I saw them at that reunion. And I got talked into doing a mini marathon, half a marathon. That's 13.1 miles. You should train for something like that. It shouldn't be one of those deals where you haven't run for 15 years and peer pressure makes you do it. And I was nervous. And to make myself, I guess, less nervous and I have more confidence, I registered with a Kenyan name. And yeah, I don't think that fooled anybody. Here comes Kino Matumbo doing another 17-minute mile. I don't know what the deal is. I thought these folks trained in the mountains. The clop, clop, clop of those flat feet on the pavement, sounds like Kino's wearing clown shoes. I believe I see a beer gut on Kino. So I find something else, you know, to keep myself physically fit. I do like to bike. Not trying to brag, but I ride a Huffy. And I don't wear a helmet because I'm a risk taker. I don't know, I'm out there on that country road. I don't want something binding my head. You know, I want to feel free, that free feeling like I'm Laura Ingalls Wilder running through a poppy field. Bad advice. I should not be telling you, you virtual viewers, not to wear your bicycle helmet. If biking is something you do, you should wear your helmet. I stopped mine here's the reason I stopped wearing mine. I had a broken helmet. I don't know how you get a broken helmet, but I would do a long ride, get back in the garage and struggle with that strap. It seemed like forever. Later, sometimes have to show up inappropriately at other things wearing a bicycle helmet. This one time I'm at a wedding reception wearing a bicycle helmet. Everybody's looking at me. I don't know what to tell. I just, no champagne for me. I'm on duty. Oh, okay, I guess I paused a little too long for the laughter on that one. I get hurt doing everything. Here's an example for you. Memorial Day weekend a year ago, I got hurt playing cornhole. That's a beanbag toss game. You shouldn't get hurt playing cornhole. But I think it was because I was so into it. You know, and sometimes you really get into something that you haven't done, but you think, oh, you know, if I do a follow through, I'll be popular. Everyone will like me more. And so I did this really intense kind of follow through, and I ended up dislocating 3 toes on my right foot. I'm not making that up. And I thought, if I'm getting hurt at this stage of my life playing cornhole, shuffleboard's going to be a real bloodbath. I think this is why I married a younger woman 20-some years ago, because I knew she could take care of me when I was injured and push me around wherever I demanded to go in my wheelchair with, you know, not too much back sass. And I don't tell a lot of folks here, but I feel like we've shared some moments tonight. I don't tell everybody this, but my wife and I had a very short courtship. We knew each other only for 3 months before we got hitched. We got married after 3 months. And I think that it's because we had a checklist in our head. I don't know if you do the checklist, but if you're matching up on enough stuff with this person that you're falling for, it's like, why wait? You know, just go get married. All the stuff was checking off. Like, we both hate to dance. We don't like to eat fancy. She has a slight appreciation for the Three Stooges. Neither of us can read, and she's allergic to gold. And you can build a whole life on this. And we've got the 24th anniversary coming up here in just a couple of months. I'm not a good shopper, so I'm already kind of thinking about that. My wife did break the news to me a couple of years ago in a kind and nice way, but she said, you know, you always get me practical gifts for our anniversary. Maybe you could work on something a little more intimate this time. And kind of threw me a little bit, because I care about her. I care what she likes. And one anniversary, actually, leading up to it, I heard her say several times that year, you know, I really like to paint. And I got her a really nice top-of-the-line 12-foot ladder. Not the kind of painting she was talking about. So last year, I ended up at a Victoria's Secret trying to find this intimate anniversary gift she was talking about. And I'd never been in one of those stores in my life. I didn't open my eyes. The whole time I was in there, I grabbed something at random off the shelf and got the heck out of there, and got it home. And it was one of those slinky bras. You've probably seen those. A slinky hanging from each cup, which is real handy. When it gets dirty, she rolls it down the stairs. It goes in the washer all by itself. It's probably the best thing I've ever stolen. So I do go shopping with my wife. You have to sacrifice. I don't need to tell you guys and ladies that with your spouse. I mean, there's some things that they do with you that they probably don't like to do. So I realize that about my wife. So I will go shopping with her when she really wants me to accompany her. But I have to find something in the store to keep myself entertained, because she's liking this. She's having a blast browsing. And one of my favorite things to do is when I'm shopping she's shopping and I'm trying to kill time. I like to hide in one of those racks of clothes. And then when somebody comes by, which eventually they do, and they pull back the clothes, I'm always there to hand them a garment of clothing, doing my best Jack Nicholson. Here's your Spanx. Need another drink of water. That is not getting any better. That water is there's nothing in there. I'm sucking on ice at this time. So again, thank you so much for being here with our special fundraiser. I'm off a little bit because I'm sleep deprived. You know, I don't know if anybody else has been going through that this year, but there's a lot of stress and I think I had sleep deprivation before anyway, because my wife again, I'm not picking on her, but she has that restless leg syndrome. You know about the restless leg syndrome? So myself having a hard time falling asleep, there's really just nothing more startling when you finally doze off to look over to the other side of the bed and see the covers doing this. I thought, I'm going to pull back those covers. She's going to have cloven hooves. This This is not relaxing. I can't. The only time I get good sleep anymore is when I go in for some kind of surgery or procedure. I'm up to like 3 colonoscopies a month. To take Daddy to the happy place. I know I'm going to get a few hours of good shut eye here. So I think I can share this with you guys. I hope. I went into a CVS the other day. Oh, am I pronouncing that correctly, by the way? And I don't know if this makes me special, but every time I go in for my prescriptions, the pharmacist is asking me my birthday. So I'm pretty sure she's going to get me something. And they're really pushing those flu shots. They must train them to ask you if you want a flu shot every single time you go in. And they don't really know how I work at the CVS, I don't think, because I pretty much compare prices for anything I do, even important things like my health. You know, I'm not just going to jump into a flu shot till I find out if there's a better price out there. This is the best flu shot price I ever got a couple years ago, September that year. I got one of those grocery store flu shots. You ever get a flu shot at the grocery store? Saved a lot of money. I still don't know who administered the shot. I think it might have been the butcher. I had a lot of side effects. I think I had mad cow's disease for a while, actually. I was bossy. I was lactating. I was headbutting anyone that sassed me. And I'm just trying to protect myself from the common flu, because there's so many strains of flu. You can't protect yourself from every single one. Some of them, I think they should change the names, actually. Like H1N1. H1N1. I can't be scared of that. That sounds like some lovable Star Wars character, doesn't it? H1N1, R2D2, OBGYN. I think that's a made-up government mess right there. So I haven't been to physical therapy in a while because of everything going on with the pandemic. I guess I didn't want people touching me. Maybe, I don't know. But I need to go. I got a degenerative disc or something here in my neck. And don't you worry about me. I'll be fine. But if you go to physical therapy is more torturous than the injury that got you there in the first place. Would you not agree with that? And I'm not knocking physical therapists. They're very well trained. They know what they're doing. But sometimes it's like medieval torture devices, or borderline voodoo. I went in one time thinking I was just going to do some stretching, and they hooked me up to electricity. And physical therapy, you ever had that deal? Electrical stimulation. Just remember what it's called. Electrical stimulation for me that day. They got this electrical stimulation machine with voltage, and it's very intimidating. And I'm sure I looked nervous because the therapist tried to calm me down. I think she saw there was a little trembling and uncontrollable sobbing, and she said, "Don't worry. This is not going to hurt you. Just relax." She had to treat me like a child, basically. She goes, "Just relax. It'll just be a tingly feeling for about the next hour." And she was right. I should have trusted her. Just tingly. Didn't hurt at all. Boring. Very boring. She left the room almost immediately. She obviously wanted no part of this boring mess, and I'm getting bored too. What else are you going to do except bored? You're laying on a table doing nothing, and just the tingly feeling in me. And then I was so bored after a while, I thought, I think I'm going to experiment a little bit. I wonder how much of this juice I can take. I mean, I'm not stupid. I didn't just crank the power knob right away. It was a gradual turn that I did on that power. And then after quite a while, I realized I'm not feeling any more of the tingly at all. And I looked over the table next to me, and the old guy over there was flopping like a fish. I guess I got the wrong controller. So thank you guys for letting me spend some time with you tonight. The big Camptown fundraiser, virtual version. Oh, I told you we'd have a prize at the end if you stayed. So I usually have something to give away. Guess I do. Here's a shower cap. For you, if you want it. All you have to do is get word to me, and I will send this to you with the probably third class. It's a shower cap. I haven't even opened this up yet, but I bet this is, let's see what we got. This is probably going to be pretty special. Oh, yeah. This is, see, it's wrapped for your safety. I won't take it all out. You don't need me going through the cellophane, but point is, I've got plenty of these, so you're not going to hurt my feelings if several of you want them. I'll send them to you. I have several. The maids at the La Quinta don't guard their carts very, very closely. So don't forget, you can still donate. This is such a great cause. We have this whole thing going on right now where we have to be virtual and all these safety precautions, but the kids are still counting on us. And so that's why we're really glad we got to do a virtual fundraiser. And I want to thank Don again very much for putting this all together, because they could have said, excuse me, like some people do, we'll just wait till next year. We didn't wait till next year. You guys were kind enough to be here this evening, and congratulations and thanks to all of you that bid on the silent auction items. And it is not too late also to make a donation. Again, this is such a great cause. I'll give you the you go to the event webpage, by the way, which is charityauction.bid/Camptown. That's charityauction.bid/Camptown. I've never done that when describing a website, but it felt good. I'm probably going to do it some more. So thanks very much. It was a lot of fun while you're giving. I'm almost certain there's a neighbor down the street that needs breakfast in bed. So thanks. God bless, and good night.
And that was awesome, Don. We thought our jobs would be hard
Right.
with this virtual format. To think of a stand-up comedian still able to do that so successfully in this way, I hope you really enjoyed that. And you know what? Our job hasn't been hard. We've been very successful too. We're looking at this fundraising target and our thermometer. We still have a little ways to go. And because I may or may not be a little bit of a competitive person, I like to give a challenge because I like answering challenges and missions. So we're going to refresh this in a couple minutes because we are running out of time here tonight. Of course, you can continue to donate after the program is over, and we're going to give you all kinds of ways to stay in touch and connect throughout the rest of the year and into next year with Camptown as well. But I want to show you the total now, and I'm kind of dragging this out because we want to get you logging on and donating. Also, we want to remind you that if you are a winning bidder, check your email, check your text, because you are enjoying Dave's program. You may not have paid for your auction items. So please check that and do so. But right now, where our goal stands, 12,000, we have reached 9,745 of that. We're at 81%, guys. So again, I'm dragging it out, and we're going to give you time, and we'll refresh, and hopefully we've grown even more. But we also have a great opportunity now for our VIPs.
We do. We have our VIP drawing for this basket full of chocolate and wine.
All right.
All right.
Oh. Should that be the winner?
Sure.
It fell out, so I'm going to say
So this one
that's
really
the one.
wanted to win.
Hedgelin. Daniel Hedgelin
Daniel Hedgelin
is our VIP winner.
Just contact us at the office and we'll make arrangements for you to pick that up.
We do have someone pretending
Yes.
to give you a round of applause right now in the background. All right, before we get to all the ways you can connect with Camptown, again, dragging this out, we do want to mention a few special donors again this evening. Real special thanks to Cynthia Richmond, Jenny Green, Andy Litke, Laura Michael, Jesse Miranda, and Kevin Hoffer. You guys have been fantastic. Every single one of you who has logged on this evening and helped out in some way with Camptown. We really appreciate all of it. Okay, so without further ado, should we refresh this?
She just did.
And it didn't move?
It didn't move.
Okay, there's still time to donate. So that's our chance to tell you. Remember, there is a match donation, so we are short of that match right now because it's up to $10,000. So everything you donate will be doubled up to $10,000. And then please help us reach 12,000. And then you can throw it out on Facebook and Instagram and all those ways to let them know that we reached
Absolutely.
our goal. So how do you connect with Camptown? You can continue after tonight in so many ways. You can engage as a volunteer. We need passionate men and women to serve on the board, event committees, or volunteer at one of the programs. You can contribute financially, of course. You can give monthly, annually, through your employer's matching gift. Ask about if your employer has a program, or sponsor a Natural Wonders Day Camp or one of our other programs. And you can, of course, connect through your employer's employee engagement team for volunteers, or foundation, or corporate giving, any kind of program like that. Connect Camptown with your friends. Tell them about it. Tell them about the fun you had tonight, or the fun you're going to have next year when you join us for an in-person dinner, let's hope. Your neighbors, your coworkers, your relatives. Find Camptown on Facebook at Camptown Indy, On Twitter, it's the same handle. Again, easy, Camptown Indy. Also at LinkedIn, Camptown Indy, or the website, camptown.org. You can also email for any information or questions, info@camptown.org.
That's right. And again, we thank you for joining us. We appreciate you spending your time and your dollars, and you can continue to donate. And thank you and have a good night.